What are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Ogre Boy, and I'm going to be doing my review for the 1999 movie Candyman 3 Day of the Dead. So in this movie, Donna DeErico plays the great-great-great-granddaughter of the Candyman, named Carolyn. She's also the daughter of Annie from the from the second movie, and she gets caught up in the world of Candyman and trying to stop him and stuff as he goes on a killing spree again. This movie, it is absolutely horrible. Everybody has told me how bad this one was and everything, and I thought maybe I might still like it and everything, because sometimes I do like movies that a lot of people tend to hate, but this one I completely get the hate on. It's just an absolutely terrible movie. The movie's only like an hour and a half long, and it drags really badly. It's like really slow paced and everything. Really, the only good thing about the movie is the kills. It has some pretty good kills and everything. Unfortunately, it has some of the it relies more on the kills in this movie than it does story, unlike the first two movies, especially the first one. But at the same time, it does give it that, at least that much, is the kills are good in here. The cast is not very great. They pretty much only hired Donna DeErico to play Carolyn for her looks and stuff. You could tell they just wanted her in there to have somebody looking good throughout the whole movie. They have her walking in her underwear throughout half of it and everything. And this movie just it feels like a cheap direct-to-video movie. I don't know if this one was released in theaters or not, but if it was released into theaters, I'd be really surprised. I haven't been able to find out if it was released in theaters or not, or if it was a TV movie or a direct-to-video movie or what it was, but Tony Todd is even not as great in this movie. Like you could tell he was really bored making this one. His heart wasn't in it near as much as it was in the first two movies. Like he just, I think he knew what he was making was bad, so he didn't really even try as much. And when you get Tony Todd in here not trying, you know the movie is failing, because he's really great as this character, and he's been good in all of the other movies that I've seen him in. So, like, if he's not into it, you know that something isn't right here, and everything. The score in this one is done by Adam Gorgani, and his score is absolutely terrible. It has no resemblance to the score of the first two movies. At least in the second movie, Ron Glass did try to keep the score familiar with the first and the same similarities as the first one, at least, and everything to help with the atmosphere. This one just has a terrible score that's really forgettable and generic and feels like a direct-to-video movie score. And the visual effects in here, some of the visuals with the kills are pretty good. It doesn't have super bad CGI and stuff like the last one did at the end of it, but it just felt generic and everything. But I will say the kill where the cop gets killed in the cop car and stuff, when Caroline is in the back seat and stuff, that was a really good kill. That's probably the best kill in the entire movie, and everything. And the ending kind of feels like a retread of the first movie and stuff. I mean, the second one did too. All three of them, or both sequels, are pretty much retreads of the first one in a lot of ways and everything. It doesn't bring anything new to the table or anything. It just adds a lot of kills in here that didn't really necessarily have to be in here, and there's a ton of nudity in this movie too that had no place in a Candyman movie. It felt like they were just trying to make this a typical slasher movie and stuff. And one of the things I loved about the first Candyman movie is the story and stuff that it has, and the second one even had a pretty decent story. It was pretty much a retread of the first, but at least it was still decently told, and it added a little bit more to the mythology of the character and stuff and everything. But this one just it was terrible, and they even do a little brief flashback and stuff, retreading from the second one, showing him getting killed and stuff, and it's completely different than it was in the second, which is really stupid. And I really don't like this movie. And this movie is set in the year 2020, which makes a lot of sense. Like, this is kind of like a predictive programming that a really crap movie is set in the year 2020, which would later on become a really crap year. So it's kind of, I thought that was kind of weird too. But I don't really like this movie. I think it's sucks and everything, and I probably won't ever rewatch this one. If I watch the Candyman movies again, I'll probably just watch the first two and skip this one. I normally won't do that when I watch franchises, but this was really hard to get through the first time. I don't think it'll ever be better on rewatch and everything, and even Tony Todd couldn't save this movie, so that should say something. Like usually he's even good in the movies, but you could tell he didn't really care either and everything. So I'm glad they kind of stopped it at this one. Hopefully this new one that's coming out in a few weeks will be a big redemption for the franchise and everything. But I think it's smart that they're going to be ignoring both sequels, and neither one of the sequels from the 90s really were extremely great or anything. And so I'm looking forward to see what they do with the next one, but this one was just terrible and everything. I'll give it 1.5 stars. Mainly for the kills. It had some pretty good gore and stuff in here, but that's really it. But yeah, so let me know in the comments what you think of Candyman 3, and hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.